Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Efeni.
Good morning.
Good morning, Efeni. Let's start with this day newspaper. Lead story: Obaseki talks tough. Tells Oshiomole to recuse herself from Edo APC primary. 6 governorship aspirants submit nominations form. Ogewonyi explains collapse of consensus. Now, other newspapers are feasting literally on the Edo, the upcoming Edo APC primaries. The Daily Sun newspaper, Obaseki bombs Oshiomole, calls APC chairman betrayer. PDP will retrieve Edo-Ondo Senate caucus. Imaswagbo, Rewa vow. Ex-governor deceived us in 2016. That's referring to Oshiomole. That allegation is coming from Ogewonyi. Now, the Vanguard newspaper, stay clear of Edo primary. Obaseki tells Oshiomole, adds, I served him 8 years for free. He betrayed our cause. Denies obtaining PDP nomination form. Explains visit to Tinubu. He can't stop Oshiomole from primary or Sagi. He is seeking attention, Oshiomole. Now, the New Telegraph, Obaseki to Oshiomole, hands off Edo primaries, says APC governors were promised automatic tickets. Ex-minister Ize Yamu betrayed us as consensus aspirant. Ruling party generates 135 million from sale of forms. Yes, the Edo APC factionalization. They don't want to agree that they have factions. They call themselves tendencies sometimes. But there are factions in the Edo APC. And of course, it's playing out with the party chairman, Adams Oshiomole, as the arrowhead of one of the factions. Sitting governor, Godwin Obaseki, acclaimed godson, one-time godson of Oshiomole, of course, is at the other corner. But all efforts to mend fences seem to have gone up in smoke. Yes, you were referring to Obaseki's olive branch,
yes,
which he seemed to have withdrawn.
Yeah, it's hastily withdrawn.
Because perhaps there's no gesture from the other end to make peace. So if you stretch out your hands for a handshake and your opponent is not bringing one, change it to a punch. I think that's what Obaseki is doing.
Efeni, Tundu and I discussed this subject before you came, and our conclusion was that whatever happens in the Edo state, because politicians, when you talk about factions, you talk about corrosive disputes, unhelpful disputes, they will tell you, oh, contestation is part of politics, and it's all part of the game. These same persons who are fighting, who are daggers drawn today, you will be surprised tomorrow they will embrace each other, they will cross from one side to the other.
Exactly.
But whatever happens, we will not like to see the kind of violence that we witnessed before in Edo State, particularly as a result of this conflict between the godfather and the godson. And, everyone should conduct themselves after the fashion of responsible citizens and try to moderate their ambitions. The whole issue, as I pointed out, is not just Obaseki saying that, look, he needs 4 more years to complete the good work that he has started. But that at the same time, he thinks that Oshiomole, being involved in it, would not act in the best interest of his own group or of the state. Now, all attempts at reconciliation having failed. Even the Oshiomole faction, too, is now divided, with Ogewonyi and Dr. Pauls Udubu.
Are they really divided?
Well, they are, about a week ago.
Or they are just putting in place a plan B. Because the...
Plan B, how?
The Obaseki faction, they are still pursuing the angle of disqualifying Ize Yamu, whether the waiver given to him. So they don't want to be caught napping, perhaps. And Oshiomole must have encouraged, or let's assume he's encouraging his former deputy, Dr. Dubu, to pick from, and Ogiwonye has explained why he's picking from that perhaps Yamu and Oshiomole cannot be trusted, even in the face of consensus.
But anyway, one thing that the governor has clarified, because there were speculations that he was planning to cross over to the PDP.
That he has indeed picked?
Or that he had picked an extra nomination form from the PDP party side. But he made it clear that, look, he had been a long-standing member of the APC, and he had no plans to go to the PDP. But of course, I hope the PDP and other political parties, but I hope the PDP and other political parties are watching this very closely.
Very keenly.
Because it could work to their own advantage.
Yes, but should
APC has a divided house.
Oshiomole recuse himself from that primaries?
No, the constitution of the party.
No, say, look, he shouldn't be on the ground on that day. Not that he's breaching any law, but as the chairman of the party involved in factionalization, at least he should be seen to be an unbiased arbiter, although it's almost impossible.
Well, he doesn't have to be there physically to oversee things. If that is the impression that is being, conveyed, I don't think that's how it works. But of course there will be persons from the National Secretariat of the party. There will be INEC officials who will be on the ground. So it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be Oshiomole himself.
He will be involved in picking those who will come.
The only problem, though, is that he's also a member of the party in Edo State, and he's a stakeholder. Okay, will it be fair to exclude him just on the basis of the fact that he has a disagreement with the governor? So these are some of the questions.
I don't see the point of this, I don't know, fiat from Governor Obaseki, apart from signaling the fact that all is not well in Edo State between the two of them. There's no practical way of preventing him from attending if he wants to.
Yeah.
So what was the point of that?
Because if it's direct primary, that's for members of the party.
Yes.
Indirect primaries is for delegates. So would they say, as a member of the party, he cannot be part of the process?
Cast his own vote as a party member?
I just think he's trying to let us know that things are not...
We'll still, I think we are here to hear the last of this controversy. And I agree with you. Let's hope there will be peace. No blood,
yes, because if there is an outbreak of violence, it's ordinary people, innocent people that will suffer. And the politicians, they will stay in their houses and send out thugs to go and do... They must not turn Edo State into a battlefield.
Yes. If I may just quickly look at foreign newspaper, let's look at the Washington Post. Esper Mattis at odds with Trump. Of course, Defense Secretary Mark Esper has distanced himself from President Trump on Wednesday, saying that the use of active duty forces to quash unrest is not supported by him. Also, former Defense Secretary Jim Mattis has also come out to condemn President Trump for his threat to use force against the American people who are protesting on the streets.
Yeah, because he seems to be acting ultra-virus.
Yes.
And it's not only expert that is complaining. Many people are worried about what looks like a slip into a dictatorship on the part of President Trump.
It's awful, but Esper should really just have his resignation letter ready because we know President Trump is not going to take that lying down.
Yes, of course. Let's look at the New York Times. 3 more charged accused of aiding in Floyd's killing on day 9 of the unrest in the U.S. Of course, the first officer's case is raised to 2nd-degree murder, and of course, the other 3 policemen who watched by did nothing while...
They were also needed.
Yes. So, they have also been charged to court. Perhaps that should bring down the temperature on the streets of
I hope so, but it appears that it didn't. It didn't do the magic yesterday, that's for sure. Protesters were still out.
People are asking for justice until they have concrete assurance that justice will be done. I won't be surprised if the solidarity protests continue. I mean, in London yesterday, John Boyega, the actor, I was part of a protest. And if you look at the number of people who trooped out in Hyde Park,
yes,
you'll be shocked.
Yes.
Even here in Nigeria, some people are trying to organize protests.
No, there
yes,
some
there have been protests
because it has become,
Abuja.
it has become a race issue.
Yes.
Black Lives Matters. So, and other persons have been mentioned. Breonna Taylor. Some people are saying for Breonna Taylor.
She was shot in her home.
That those
she was
policemen too
her
should be arrested.
In her house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
anyway,
let's see what happens.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Efeni.